Welcome to the .NET Word Library tutorial. In this video, I will show you how to restrict editing in Word documents using the Syncfusion .NET Word Library. This includes allowing edits to form fields only, adding or modifying comments, making the document read-only, allowing edits with track changes and revisions, and removing restrictions to make the document fully editable. First, I will open an existing ASP.NET Core application where I've already installed the Syncfusion .io package. If you want to know how to get started with the Syncfusion Word Library, check out the video link in the card above or the description below. Now let me show you how to allow editing of the form fields only by clicking this button. Before demonstrating the process, now let me show you the document. Right now, I can edit the entire document, but after applying this implementation, I will only be able to edit the form fields. I will start by opening the index.cs HTML file and removing the existing code. Then I add a button for Allow Only Form Fields. To define the action method, I navigate to the Home Controller class and import the required namespaces for this example. Next, I define the action method with the return type, ActionResult. Inside this method, a file stream is created to retrieve the input document. Using the file mode open, file access read, and file share read-write options. The input document is then opened by creating a Word document instance, passing the input stream, and setting the format type to docs. I apply protection to allow only form fields to be edited, and add a password for security. I create a memory stream and save the document to that stream, also passing the format type. Finally, I return the document as a downloadable file to the browser, specifying the file stream, content type, and the file name. Now, I save and run the application. When I click this button, the Word document is downloaded. Look here, I can only edit the form field values in the Word document. If I try to edit the project vision content, it is not editable. Next, I will show you how to allow add or modify comments only. First, I add a button for Allow Only Comments and define the action method, Allow Only Comments, with an ActionResult return type. I will use the same code snippet from the Allow Only Form Fields method. The main modification here is changing the protection type to Allow Only Comments. This will only allow editing of comments in the document. Additionally, I will change the file name that will be presented for download. When I click the Allow Only Comments button, the Word document is downloaded. On opening it, you will notice that I can only add or edit the comments. If I try to edit the form fields, it is not editable. Next, let's see how to make the document read-only. See the document that I'm going to change to read-only mode. First, I add a button for Allow Only Reading and define the action method Allow Only Reading with an ActionResult return type. I will use the same code snippet from the Allow Only Comments method. The modification here is changing the protection type to Allow Only Reading. This ensures that the document can only be viewed, not edited. Additionally, I will update the file name that will be presented for download. When I click this button, the Word document is downloaded. On opening the document, you will see that it is in read-only mode, restricting all editing while allowing it to be viewed. Next, I will show you how to allow editing of content with track changes. Before diving into the process, let me show you the document. Currently, I can edit the content, but the changes are not being tracked. After implementing this, track changes will be applied automatically. I begin by adding a button for Allow Only Revision. and defining the action method, allow only revision, with an action result return type. Here also, I will use the same code snippet from the previous method. The modification here is to change the protection type to allow only revisions. This ensures that the document can be modified, but only track changes will be allowed. Additionally, I will update the file name that will be presented for download. When I click this button, the Word document is downloaded. When I open and edit the document, all modifications are displayed as tracked revisions instead of direct changes to the content. Finally, let me show you how to remove editing restrictions from this Word document. I add a button for Remove Restrictions and define the action method with an action result return type. I use the code from the Allow Only Revisions method, updating the file path for the input stream. The key difference here is that I set the protection type to No Protection, which removes all restrictions and allows full editing of the document. I then update the file name, when I click the Remove Restrictions button, the Word document is downloaded. After opening it, I can edit the entire content without any restrictions. Let me sum up this video. I have shown you how to restrict editing in Word documents using the Syncfusion .NET Word library. This includes allowing edits to form fields only, adding or modifying comments, making the document read-only, allowing edits with track changes and revisions, and removing restrictions to make the document fully editable. You can download a working example from the GitHub link in the description below. I have also shared a link to learn about obtaining a free license key to use our file format products through our community license. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.